Hello, hello, lights, camera, action. Here we are. We are in Italy. We are at my English school. We are here for this fine and fabulous webinar. Oh, yes, oh, yes. This is a 10 to 13 webinar on the internet, live broadcast, live streaming for you today.
Invited me and Monique are for this. We're like,
Yeah, there we are, indeed. Bam, 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 wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. So, if you are just joining us, please let us know who you are, where you are, how you are. Do you know what this image is behind our heads? Any ideas? You will know it later on. We will leave the suspense. So for now, you can see it without necessarily knowing why, but we shall share later. It is connected to the grammar and to the vocabulary of this lesson. So, our fine English. What's that?
And I was saying, and it's also going to be a good suggestion for our students to do maybe this evening.
Indeed it is, yes. So, our intro question for you. What's easy for you to do and hard?
Ooh.
Ooh. Jess, what's easy for you to do?
I made a note. I have my answer written down. Okay. It's easy for me to make lists.
Is that on a list?
Of the things that I need to do.
Yes.
However, it's rather hard for me to focus on doing them.
I am in the same boat as you. I'm in the same boat. I make list after list. Pretty much every day I will write a list. It really helps me, especially in the quarantine time. It really helps me to kind of like make some sense of what my day is, right? Be like, okay, this morning I'm teaching webinars and this afternoon I'm doing music or whatever. Like it helps kind of break it down. I do that. I'm sometimes with food as well. Now it's like, okay, well, what could I possibly invent? What can I cook tonight? Like, you know?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's very easy to make lists and it's very hard to follow them. I completely agree. And for me, well, what's easy to do? I think it's easy. I am very pleased. Okay. It's easy to make mediocre quiches.
Okay.
That's easy to do. It's hard to make excellent quiches. But I've now this weekend, I made another quiche. And it was good. It wasn't great, but I'm still pleased with myself. Like I'm able to. So I'm delighted about that. And now I will share with you, as I mentioned off air, what's hard for me to do is push-ups. It is so hard. So if anyone watching doesn't know, push-ups are when you put your body in plank and then you put your arms and then you bring your body down level like this. So I've been doing this doing like total body each day. And one part is always push-ups. And I'm realizing, it's nice because I'm realizing how awful I am, like how incapable I am of doing these push-ups. So I find it very hard. So I set a goal for myself for this year. I'm not sure if it's obtainable or not, but to be able to do a proper push-up. So I wanted to ask your advice on how to approach doing a push-up.
Do you know what I actually have? Because I really struggled when I was at dance school, and it was like it became clear that we all had to get very strong. The girls needed to be able to do the push-ups with the guys. Yeah. And I worked so hard to get my push-ups. Maybe now they're kind of gone, but I can get. I will actually. Okay, I've got quite a few tips, but I feel like
say hi real quick to Alessandro. Hi, Alessandro from Naples. Nice to meet you. We are asking what's easy for you to do and hard for you to do.
So, okay, just you need to remember what the important part is the going down.
Right.
And maintaining the structure of the plank. You don't want to be dipping in the back, in the back. And also, I don't know, like if you're putting your knees on the floor.
I am.
Good. I was going to say, make sure you're putting your knees on the floor.
So sit back, knees on the floor, and then
control.
I'll go down, do one push-up, and then come back on my knees, almost like, what is it called? Like balasana, like go back like this, and then come back over again.
Okay. Cool. I know another trick that really helped me get so strong was to go into a press-up position. And so I always did, as a dancer, they train you to do push-ups with your arms in, not out.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
It's more challenging. It's harder for the body. Yeah. When you get to like all the way down, when you get to here, you stay here and you pulse.
Oh, interesting.
And then you push back up again. So you're not pushing from all the way down. You're building the strength and then up. And then you start to gradually notice the improvements.
Nice. I don't know if any of our viewers also do push-ups. Push-ups, when you have your body like this, then you go down and up. So did you used to do a lot of push-ups for training?
A lot of push-ups.
Really?
I'll make you a little tutorial video if you like, Monique.
You did one, or you would?
I will. I'll make you one.
That would be amazing. Yeah, how cool. Last night, so yesterday I did the total body, I did the fitness class, and then I went, geez, I'm really struggling on doing these push-ups. So I watched some other videos, and I kind of, then I started doing other things, just leaving the videos playing in the background, sort of hoping that just by listening to it, I would also get better.
Yeah, I understand.
But it, like, speaking of making lists, I wrote like, and put it on my wall of my bedroom, like, learn to do push-up. Let's see here. Alessandro is saying, for me, swimming is too easy, while push-ups, okay. See, Alessandro understands, yeah. So you would say swimming is easy. In this case, you have the gerund, and then the verb, and then the adjective. Swimming is easy. Well, push-ups are too hard and difficult. I know, Alessandro, it's really challenging, huh? I'm glad you feel the same way. Yeah, excellent. Okay, lovely. All right, so let's dive in. Yeah, I like swimming. Do you think swimming is easy?
When I was younger, I used to swim competitively for a while, and I found that incredibly difficult. But swimming long distance for me was always easier.
I mean, I do aqua gym, so I can't really say that that's hard. But it is so much fun. Exactly. It's just anarchy, total anarchy. Aqua gym is anarchy, and it's with all the like 80-year-old ladies, and everyone just does what they can, and you're in the water so you can't see. I just think it's so fun. Like, it's fun and funny. But so let's take a look at our focus for the day. If I go right to the top, here we go. All right. So Jess, what is our focus of the day?
Focus activity 10 to 13, good advice.
Yeah. So good advice. What is good advice? What is bad advice? And what is shoddy advice? Is shoddy a bad word, do you think? Or it's just a colorful English adjective?
Shoddy, what?
Shoddy. Do you not use that? SHODDY?
I do not use that.
Oh, how interesting. I so associate it with the UK. So good advice, bad advice. Good advice, bad advice. Oh, I see underneath you is revealed the title of the film. Okay, so let's dive in together. Good advice, bad advice. What shall we do in this focus activity, Jess?
Dealing with problems, giving advice, gerunds and infinitives.
Fabulous. Okay, what is happening in the picture?
It looks like the boss is giving a worker, an employee, some advice.
I wonder if it's good advice or bad advice.
Yeah, do you think she's smiling like, I'm smiling because you're my boss, but really I'm going to ignore everything that you've said?
Exactly. I think you're right. Yeah, that's a good reading. And their names could be Penelope and maybe she's like Sapphire or sarong or something.
Wrong.
Or something with an S. Okay, lovely. So, dealing with the problems. Dun, 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 dun. So it says, what do you do when you have a problem? Ah, what do you do? What do you do when you have a problem? Or we could say, what do you do when you have a problem? Remember, everyone, with the emphasis in English, we can change the focus of the sentence. So, what do you do when you have a problem? Or what do you do when you have a problem? Or what do you do when you have a problem? Right? Do you speak to someone for advice or not? Do you deal with it alone? To deal with, to handle?
Alone.
Do you look for someone to help you, or are you very independent and say, I don't want anyone's help. I don't want to feel vulnerable. Can you read the second part?
Yes. Who do you turn to for advice? Why? Do people turn to you for advice? What's the best advice you've gotten? What's the worst?
Not easy at all.
Easy questions. Very interesting questions, though. So for whoever's watching, this is interactive. Please get involved here because we want to know. Maybe you can give us some advice. Maybe we can give you some advice.
Exactly. We're certainly right now passing through a difficult time, an unusual time for the world, but for us here in Italy, it's a unique time. So, I mean, is it a problem? Well, I mean, there's sort of a global problem right now, but how are we all approaching it? And do you have people you can turn to for advice? Or, what do you do when there's a difficult situation, right? What do you do when you have a problem, Jess? Exactly. First you go,
It depends, I think, on the problem. Mostly, I tend to fall into the habit of being very aware of my problem and knowing it is there. Therefore, I think I'm dealing with it. But what I'm actually doing is neglecting the problem, but kidding myself into thinking that I'm doing something about it because I'm aware.
Good vocabulary, to neglect. Would you say to ignore?
Neglect.
To neglect. To pretend it's not there. So you neglect your problems?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, it depends what type of problem. I mean, for example, I'm not able to do a push-up. Is that a problem? Not exactly, right? Like, I feel pretty healthy. I feel pretty good. So I wouldn't say that that's a problem per se, but when I have a problem, I probably look on YouTube.
Me too.
Yeah, that's probably the first place I go for advice.
YouTube. I had but just when we went into quarantine, my shower was blocked, and
shower?
My shower drain.
No.
I was really like, I don't know, I was still showering, I was still managing to do it, but then it got to the point that my shower was really starting to turn into a bath. And I was like, okay, this has been a while now. I really can't ignore this any longer. So I went to YouTube and I fixed my own problem.
That's amazing. I wish I could do the emoticon. Congratulations. Yes, you fixed your shower.
Yeah.
You will get a public congratulations. Congratulations, Jess. You fixed your shower. That's delightful. So let's remind everyone, we would love for you to participate with your fingers. Well, some people type like this, right? So we'll keep chatting away, but feel free to chime in at any time, whether it's like this, whether it's like that. We are here for you, so we like to interact with you to hear about how you deal with problems. So yeah, I would say YouTube. YouTube. I'm trying to. What?
Yeah, my mom, always.
Oh, you turn to your mom?
No,
yeah. To go to someone. So to turn to someone is not literally you turn towards someone, but you turn to someone, you reach out to someone, right?
Mhm.
What is Alessandro saying?
Oh, when I have a problem, I don't neglect it. I face it and try to solve it. Most of the time, I deal with it alone because I want to be independent. Nice, Alessandro. I think yeah, I like to go at things alone a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
it's a question of pride, right? I don't want to be dependent on someone. So I agree with you, Alessandro. It's hard because um, we can try to solve our problems on our own. It's not always possible, right? Like we can try to fix the shower, but sometimes we need a plumber, right? Like sometimes, not always. But I agree with that, with Alessandro's thing of looking to be as independent as possible, right? So, Alessandro, do you ask people for advice sometimes? Like, do you go to speak to someone? Do you ever turn to someone? Who do you turn to for advice? Who do you turn to, Jess?
When sometimes it just happens in life where you're in a moment of need. Maybe you're not aware of it, but you find yourself in these moments in life. And then the most unexpected of people are there for you and they offer you advice that you didn't even know you needed. And it's just
Yeah.
come from someone completely random. I love those moments.
Beautiful. What's that?
I love those moments.
I love those moments too. It's interesting. I mean, it's about us being open, right? About us being, yeah, open to possible unexpected insight from who knows who and who knows when, right?
Yeah.
I completely agree. I don't know who I turn to advice per se. I think it depends what it is I'm wondering or what sort of problem it is. I might turn to my mom, but not for everything, right? I might turn to my brother or to my friend Martina here in Bologna. She's someone I feel what's nice. She's a very, very good friend, and I feel that I can go to her for advice about anything, and I never feel embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like to my mom, I might feel embarrassed about some things, but to my friend Martina, no, totally not. Like she's kind of, I don't know, almost like a sister or something, like just super reliable, very non-judgmental, right? So for me, this is important. Judgmental, non-judgmental. Is the person judgmental or not? I don't like judgmental people, so I don't like to go to advice for someone who's then judging me. That's not cool. Alessandro, it depends on the problems, but I sometimes turn to my parents or my best friends. Nice. Exactly. It depends. Yeah. Yeah. Best friends are cool. My friend Aisha in Barcelona, I know I can depend on her, right? You can depend on someone. There's some vocab here. You can rely on someone. Fantastic. So, what is the best advice you've gotten? That's hard. Superlative? What is some of the best advice you've ever gotten? What is some of the best advice?
Oh, it's so difficult.
So difficult. I would say probably, yeah, it is really hard. Some of the best advice. I mean, what comes to mind are very simple things like going to nature. Hello, Andrea. It's so nice to see you.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello. Let's see what Andrea says. Hi there. Generally, I deal with it on my own, even if I could solve the problem easily and faster with the help of someone. Interesting. So, are you saying you're maybe stubborn a little bit? I'll put this in the comments. I am just a bit stubborn. This is me. I'm just a bit stubborn. So, yeah, I agree with Andrea. I would also deal with it on my own. I try to, yeah, I. It's a fine line, right? With how much you rely on other people, how much you look for other people for advice, or how much you do on your own. Your shower example is a good one, though.
Yeah.
So you went on YouTube and figured it out.
I did. And I was so confused. Before I went to YouTube, I was like, I really do not understand what the problem is or how this is happening. And then YouTube just helped me fix it all out.
Amazing. And there's so much wealth of choice, too. There's so much to choose from. I mean, watching these videos about doing push-ups, I'm just clicking the next one, clicking. It's unbelievable, right? Exactly.
For example, I had to have advice actually urgently. Last week, I was cooking and I was chopping an aubergine and I sliced the top of my thumb off.
Wow.
And it's okay now, but it would not stop bleeding. It was
were you chopping really like fervently?
Yeah, I was slicing it through. It's like I sliced through my thumb like this way. And I was actually taking a video of it because I didn't think it was that bad. And then I kind of realized halfway through filming that blood was squirting everywhere. So I sent it to my dad, and he called his sister, who's a nurse, and then she got in contact with me, and she gave me great advice, and the bleeding stopped. She told me to, I had to wash it. I said that I'd run it under cold water, and she told me that I had to wash it under warm water if I could bear it, and then cold again. And then I had to compress it, like really push the skin back down to see, because if it was very fine, then the skin can start to like fix it together again. And then I had tissue and ice and was holding it above my head.
So it stopped bleeding?
It stopped. It all clotted.
How long did it take to clot?
The evening. I mean, in the morning I woke up and I took my made up bandage off, and there was still blood in it, but it took the whole night to kind of ease off.
Wow. So that was intense. Was it really painful?
Yeah, it's still painful. I bashed it last night. To bash is to boom.
Here I wrote, to clot the blood is to stop the bleeding. You clot, right? Let's see here. Alessandro's sharing. I'm glad that it's getting better though, and that you were able to get advice. Alessandro says, I gave my best advice to a friend of mine a couple of years ago about a girl. Now they're still in love. That's so sweet. I gave my worst advice to another friend of mine about his motorbike because he fell down. No. That's so sad. Well, we try to give our friends good advice. I have something like this that happened at a show I was playing. A guy was speaking to me before the show, and he said he's really missing his girlfriend and they weren't getting on well. And I said, as a joke almost, I'm like, oh, I'll call her. I'll just call her and tell her to come to the show and that you miss her and whatever. And so he's like, well, okay, because it was just not working out. So I called his girlfriend and I'm like, hey, let's say her name is Sara. Hey, Sara, Lorenzo really misses you and he really wants to see you. He loves you so much. And he wants you to come to the show tonight. So I hope you can come. So then we start playing the show and she came and then they made up. Oh, that's amazing. That is incredible. Excellent example, Alessandro. Excellent. So we want to now do a little quiz, which is this. Take a look at this image. Dun, dun, dun. What is this of? Do you know? Do you know? In the meantime, maybe we can read what the different quotes say. So we have one that says, on air, offshore, out of control. Jess, can you read the next one?
It's very out of focus, but one boat, 8 men, no morals.
Yeah. Next one, when Britain rocked, he rolled.
Small boat, huge ocean, massive ego.
Exactly. So what is this of? Does anyone know? It is a pop quiz in pop culture, right? It is something. I love the color sequence. Yeah. I think okay, we'll let people guess, but it's kind of cute.
It's
Do you remember it well?
Yeah, I do. I do. I want to watch it again.
Really? Do you think you can find it like on, well, I don't have Netflix. I wonder if it's like, it can be found on YouTube.
Maybe, because YouTube now, like, you can rent movies off YouTube.
Oh, can you really? Interesting. Yeah, I don't generally rent. I'll sometimes buy like a documentary. I have a really good documentary about, my friend from Argentina sent it to me. I keep in my bookmarks on Safari or on Chrome, I'll keep like films to watch. So I have that folder if I'm ever like free. But now, my gosh, this playing chess, I played a chess tournament on Saturday evening, and my brother actually joined us from Brooklyn, which is so cool. And now this website is kind of sucking me in because I love to play chess. So I already played one chess game this morning. But all right, any guesses? What do you think this is? Just a little note. This is the UK title. The US title was Pirate Radio. I guess no one knows. Would you like to reveal for them? So the US title was Pirate Radio.
Is The Boat That Rocked, and it is a brilliant movie about a pirate radio station. A pirate radio station is basically an illegal radio station. It was set on a boat off the in the sea, in the ocean.
Okay. Yes. I don't have a clue. Okay.
And it's very cool. I watched the movie with my mum, and she was telling me that she remembers being a child, locked in her bedroom in the dark, tuning into these radio pirate stations because they would play rock music, and they even swore on. By accident, they didn't realize that they were still recording in the studio, and they had a massive argument, and it was the first time someone swore live on radio.
Wow. Alessandro says, you're involving me to add it to my list, films to watch during quarantine. Me too, Alessandro, exactly. I have never seen this film. It's interesting though. So it was called The Boat That Rocked in the UK.
Yeah.
And in the US, Pirate Radio. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Rocked for me is such a cool name because it's a play on words, right?
Exactly. What does the verb to rock mean?
To rock. Well, so what can I rock? I need to demonstrate.
You can say, there's that phrase, for those that are about to rock, we salute you. I think that's from the film Wayne's World, which is a classic film from the 80s, I guess, like a rock film, Wayne's World. But to rock can have two meanings, right? To rock, you can rock back and forth. Like there's a classic nursery rhyme with a baby. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock, right? That's to rock. But to rock, of course, is also to grab your guitar and like rock and roll, right? Like AC/DC or something. So to rock, how would you, let's say, one is to swing back and forth, and another is to play rock music. Let's say to play rock music, etc. So rock is a really, really, really cool verb with these two meanings. So in this film, what is it called? The Boat That Rocked. This means, on one hand, the boat swayed back and forth because boats do that. They're on water, which is moving. What is the other meaning?
The other meaning, well, the boat rocked because it literally rocked, rock and roll. But also, we can say to rock the boat, which is an expression for making to
make waves.
To make waves.
That is so cool. Look at this. Both water references, right? You rock the boat, meaning like if you're politically active and you're not agreeing with the policies, you rock the boat by going and protesting in the street, right? To rock the boat, to shake the system, right? like Alessandria Cortez Gomez, I don't remember how to say her name, but in the States is a politician right now that's rocking the boat. She's young, she's in Congress, she's like, wow, active. So to make waves. All right, fabulous. So yes, this is something to add to our to watch during the quarantine list. So thank you very much, Jess, for the suggestion. Let us dive back in to our focus, and we will go to the next slide. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, to rock is a very, very cool word. You can also be like, you're rocking the webinar, Jess.
Yeah. Hey, that MyES t-shirt's rocking.
Yeah, you're rocking the webinar. Can you think of other verbs, other things using rock? You're rocking that hairstyle.
You're rocking that hairstyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rocking this MyES shirt. Yeah, I've been wearing it for I don't know how long now. In every webinar, every day. It's the same shirt. I did wash it though. I did wash it. So, all right, everyone, let's dive into here. We have 8 questions, 8 sentences, and we want to choose the correct form of the word to finish the advice. So either using bare infinitive without to, infinitive with to, or ing. So Jess, can you read the different vocab words?
We have our special rock the boat, find out, get back, be passive, tell, neglect, think, and dwell.
Exactly. So we'll read through them, and then we want you to suggest which one goes where and in its correct form. So 1 through 8. All right. In the meanwhile, we shall read them. So 1, you should, let me get my harmonica. You should, what's really bothering your friend? Maybe let's read it twice. You should, what's really bothering your friend?
Very good.
Shall we reveal it? You should. Exactly. You should find out what's really bothering your friend. Not always easy to do, but yeah. Okay, the next one, Jess.
You mustn't. Those closest to you. You mustn't. Those closest to you. Number 2.
Yeah, that's the last one. Excellent. So we have you mustn't, those closest to you. Oh my gosh, you can put really a lot of different verbs in there.
Yeah.
Which is also very good advice. You mustn't, those closest to you. I agree. All right. Andrea is suggesting neglect, right? I think we saw neglect before. Neglect to ignore.
No.
Yeah. Right, exactly. We saw it here. To neglect, to ignore. Good, 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 good. Yeah. Fantastic. So you mustn't. Okay, the next one. Good job. It's not good about your career. Take action and speak up, right? Take action, speak up. A synonym might be you mustn't be complacent, right?
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, you mustn't sit back, relax, and listen to the 8-track. Singing like an old soul record. Da, 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 da. 'Cause I'm digging you. You know that song?
I don't, but I'm enjoying you singing it. So
Erykah Badu, digging like an old soul record. Something. The title is something like this. 'Cause I'm digging you. The bass line. It's a great song. Be passive. Let us see here. It's not good. Okay, be passive. However, we wouldn't say it's not good, be passive. That would be, if you say be passive, Alessandro, then you're using an imperative. You're like, be passive. So I could say, Jess, be passive. Jess, be active. Jess, be passive. At ease. So we wouldn't say it's not good, be passive, right? So we want to put it in the correct form now. So we're seeing it's not good. And what follows that? Here is a hint. Generally, with suggestions, adjectives are generally followed by to and the verb. So here's a suggestion. Adjectives are generally followed by to and the verb. So Andrea is suggesting get back. It's not good, get back about your career. Okay, again, after good, it's not good. So we wouldn't have be passive and we wouldn't say it's not good, get back. Alessandra is suggesting it's not good being passive.
Look at your options. You have the bare infinitive and the infinitive with the magic word.
So, Alessandro, you could say it's not good being passive, but not with about your career. So you see what the about your career part, it changes it. So remember, adjectives are generally followed by to and a verb, right? So it's not good. What? Passive is correct, right? They're saying take action, speak up, don't be passive, be active, be, I don't know, what's another way you could say that? Be proactive. There you go. Be proactive. Be proactive. Oh, Andrea, okay. He said he didn't see that we have to choose forms. Yeah. Right, so here it says choose the correct form of the word, right? So it's not only choose which one, but then put it in the correct form. So here we have it's not good. And I'll say again, be proactive. Be proactive. So it's not good. I'll try to help you out. It's not good about your career. That's the biggest suggestion I can give. It's not good about your career. That would be like 4/16 notes. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's reveal it for everyone. So let's see. 3, 2.
To be.
So it's not good to be, right? It's not good to be. So if we go back to what the intro question was, what's easy for you to do? We say easy to do, hard to do, right? So that's other examples of this. It's easy to do. It's hard to do. It's nice to do. It's terrible to do. It's fun to do. It's fun to do. What?
It's hard to make quiche.
It's hard to make quiche and it's fun to do webinars. Mm-hmm. And it's almost impossible to do push-ups. But okay, so I hope that's clear to everyone. If you have any questions, just write them. We are here for you. You are here for us. We are here all together. Hopefully that's clear. So it's not good to be passive about your career, right? So it's to be passive about, meaning to be like blasé. That's another word we use. It's not good to be passive about your career. Take action and speak. Isn't that a nice word, blasé?
I don't use that enough.
What's that?
I don't use that word enough. I'm going to bring that back in.
It's a good one, yeah. So can you read number 4?
Yes. I'd avoid unless it's absolutely necessary.
I would also avoid. Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
I'd avoid. Yeah, we could seriously give each other advice without even knowing what we're talking about. Jess, you need to be careful. I'd really avoid because it can get you into trouble.
It's true.
You know, in the past, and it's been really, really challenging. And so you all know that the options are, let's see, there's rock the boat, there's get back and let your Johnson grow. Okay. There's still, think, dwell. Dwell, what is to dwell? Shall we help out giving the definition of to dwell?
Yeah.
Dwell. We used to dwell. Like to dwell is to stay on something for a long time. You dwell on it. You kind of get stuck. Andrea is saying, yes, I thought that you shouldn't make a step behind. So I choose get back. But I know I understand. Is it like move on, dwell? Okay, to dwell, no. To dwell is like to be stuck.
If you imagine, it's a similar word, because the word well, if you look at the word dwell, if you know what a well is one of those things. It's one of those things, kind of like
one of those things
that go underground.
Here, let me get you in first, a little bigger. There we go.
Okay, so this would be a well, and there would be a long thing and like a bucket, and they would collect water and pull it back up. So this was a well. So imagine dwelling. So like you're stuck. You're like stuck down here in the past. This is your past, and you're stuck in the well, and you're just stuck there thinking.
Good point. Yeah, very good. Very well put. So the bucket is dwelling in the well. Yeah. So to dwell is to stay on something. I'm dwelling on this problem. I can't get past it. I don't know what to do, right? I'm dwelling on something, right? So Andrea is suggesting possibly get back. Let's see.
I'd avoid.
This one might not be easy because it's something new. Remember what the title of this film is, right? The film is The Boat That Rocked. Maybe we'll reveal it. We'll give you 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Oh, I think to fill the time, give them a little bit more time.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I remembered what my best piece of advice given to me was.
Great.
Am I allowed to swear?
Can you do it can you use a substitute for the swear word?
Yeah, I will. I'll go. Okay. You are made of stardust. So, it all and regret nothing.
That's fabulous. Are we made of stardust?
Yeah, we are. We're all made of stardust.
We are made of stardust. So good news, everyone. There's nothing to worry about. We are made of stardust. We are all energy and light. So fabulous. I like that. That's great advice. Who gave it to you?
A friend of mine.
Fabulous. So let's reveal now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Yeah. Rocking the boat. Remember what we mentioned about to rock the boat is when it goes back and forth, but to rock the boat is to also wreak havoc, to make a hubbub about something, to make noise, right? Let's make some noise, right? Okay. Good. So the next one, I'd have to. So this next one is I'd or I would have to. To you on that. I would have to you on that. So I would have to you on that.
I would have to.
Do you agree with number 4?
Yes.
Really?
But I like to sometimes rock the boat a little bit.
For me, it depends what we're talking about. If we're talking about issues of justice and or discrimination, sexism, racism, those type of things, I think it's very healthy to speak up, to speak one's voice, right? Especially in like situations that are like in our small worlds. I think it's really beneficial, difficult, but also beneficial and helpful to situations to speak up. Personally. So that's like rocking the little rowboat, right? I don't know about rocking the giant boat, but what do you all think? I would have to you on that. Dun, dun, dun. Any ideas? Tell. Okay, that's a suggestion. I'd have to tell to you, but be careful because tell, let's see, get back. So tell, Alessandro is transitive, so it needs an object. So it's like, I tell you my name. Jess tells me her favorite fruit, right? You tell someone something. So yeah, Andrea, awesome. Good.
Yeah, nice job.
I'd have to get back to you on that. It's quite a complicated problem. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that. Excellent. Great. Both.
Yeah.
So the next one, Jess.
Number 6. You should. Thank you. Him to give you some space if you feel suffocated.
Suffocated, right? Suffocated and you can't breathe. Awesome. Exactly. So it's followed by him. You should tell him. Yeah, fantastic. Tell him to give you some space if you feel suffocated, always, because consent is important. Remember, everyone, consent is very important. So if someone gets too close, regardless of gender, it's important to speak up, tell that person space. I took one self-defense course, and the main thing was if someone's coming close to you that you don't want to come close to you, you say stop and put your hand out, right? Consent is important. Okay, well done. What about the number 7? I'd advise you to it over. I can think of one that would work, which is this. I'd advise you to mull it over.
Yeah, nice.
Nice verb, huh? But we don't have mull here as an option, so we just have 2 left. I'd advise you to rock it over. No. I'd advise you to. I like the verb advise, not to be confused with advice, right? To advise, verb, advice, noun. But I quite like, I use that quite a bit in like work emails and stuff. Or it's much more formal, no? Can you advise me? Yeah. You advise someone, doesn't it?
It's true. It's got a different
yeah, it's not help me, it's advise me, like give me your opinion, right? To advise. Like I'll use it in a work email, like kindly advise.
Yeah, rather than I need your advice. It's
right.
Help me.
Right, exactly. Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda, boom, help me, Rhonda.
Okay, Andrea, thinking.
All righty, let's see here, thinking. Okay, I'd advise you thinking. I'd advise you to dwell. Yay, nay. I'd advise you
to work together and put your ideas together.
Put your ideas together, yes. Can you telepathically work together to come up with the correct answer? At this point, we only have 2 minutes left, so think about what the next one is too, right? You have number 7 and number 8. So one will be think and one will be dwell. What form will we put them in, right? I'd advise you to it over and stop, I could say to Jess, stop calling me at 3 in the morning. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Monique.
It's okay. No, actually, you can call me at 3 in the morning if you need to. That's okay.
You
so
know,
for which one? Is it? Andrea's suggesting think is for the last one. So remember what to dwell is. We said to dwell is to stay fixated on something. I'm dwelling on what to do. I'm dwelling on this package that might arrive any minute now. I'm dwelling when you're stuck on something. All right, we only have 30 seconds left. Come on, everybody. Hey, I want posting this morning about how this is a good exercise, warming your hands up.
I would do that, but I'm scared I'll reopen my cup.
Oh, yeah, don't. Okay, shall we reveal one and then let you both get the next one? So I'd advise you
to think it over.
I'd advise you to think it over. So the last one, what could the last one be? Is going to be a gerund with the ing. We're looking for a gerund. Hello, can I get a gerund, please? Hello? Okay, we are having to wrap up. We will reveal it to you. Remember, you can go to the MyES SOS Facebook group.
Sandra. Nice.
And dwelling, exactly. So the meaning of stop dwelling on the past is don't worry about yesterday. Let's all live in the present, right? We don't know how long we're in this situation, but zen, we live in the present and make the best of it. So arigato. Thank you very much for this lovely time together. And we will see you again soon. Bye, Alessandra. Bye, Andrea. Bye, Jess. Thank you so much. Cheers. Goodbye.